Wait a second.
Hey, you the one that's messing up. So you the one that's gonna look crazy.
I know, I'm just fucking with you. Welcome everybody back to another episode of World 1-1. I am your host, as always, Larry the Bearded Wonder. With me, and never without me, is Eddie Nestle Wonderball Magic Head V.
You could glitter your dick with these easy steps.
And of course, the newest addition to the crew, Corey Hudson Derrick.
White people, am I right?
Oh, right? You are.
Well, that actually depends if you actually white or not.
I don't know. I'm kind of clear. It's like in Space Jam when they're trying to talk about what color Larry Bird is, and you're like, Larry's not white, Larry's clear. I prefer to be the Larry Bird of the bunch. I'm clear.
Okay.
Eddie, are you clear on that?
What has everybody been playing? I would not respond to that.
Man,
I played that was any worse than what we just did for the last 15 minutes.
It's true. I played this Splatoon, the Splatfest.
I wonder who won.
I still haven't gotten to fucking turn it on. I've actually committed
the over now.
I know. I've committed the Cardinal gamer sin, and I actually went outside this weekend. Ugh.
Well, I worked all weekend. What's outside? That's how I feel.
Right.
Apparently outside is where the pool and the sun is.
What's a pool? What's outside? What's the sun? What are all these things?
Trust me, I don't need to be around no more water after the flood that we had.
Strange foreign concepts.
I know. Oh, man. Let me tell you
I don't think that has anything to do with the flood. I think that has everything to do with, like...
Can I tell you, they...
Does that mean you were playing Halo this weekend?
No. I had to work also. I had to do a quick time event to get to work this week. Dude, there
Eddie
was like
is actually part of a reenactment group, except they reenact like hardcore scenes from the Bible, and this week it was their rendition of Noah's Ark.
Oh shoot. The way that it looked it was, dude, we had two whole cities underwater. Half of the highway was underwater. Half of another the city that I work in, half of that, like one side was underwater, gas stations was out. A whole nother state, like in Wisconsin, they were underwater. It was like bad. And then our Navy base, like right by my house, still got flooded.
Speaking of flooding, guys, did you see the climate change article that got posted this week? New study shows that if climate change continues this way, by 2025, every level in Mario Brothers is going to be underwater.
Wow. That does not work. That does not work at all. Everybody's looking at you right now and be like, wait, what?
Yeah, don't forget they can see you now, Larry.
I know.
They can see you.
The whole fucking Mushroom Kingdom is going to be taken over by fucking bloopers and Cheep Cheeps.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
Hey, as long as I don't get eaten
ready
by
to
a giant
swim to
one,
work, bitches.
as long as I got my frog suit, I think I'll be all right.
That's right.
So you play Splatoon 2?
Yeah, it was more Splatoon. It was Splatoon, let me tell you. Gosh, I forgot that the motion controls were turned on right when you turn it on, and that was not going really well because I was like, kind of like stretching a little bit, just trying to like, do one of these things, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm shooting the air. And there's this tutorial at the beginning where you're like supposed to shoot these balloons.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying really hard to use motion controls, but I keep tilting my hands back, so I kept staring at the skies. I was like, screw this. I cannot do motion controls. I'm sorry. So I turned them off.
I really like the motion controls on the first one.
See, I turned them off. I couldn't do it.
It took a little acclimating, but once I divorced the concept of the camera from the aiming, I was golden.
Yeah, it was really easy for me to get into. I preferred it with the motion control. because I was just like, well, hidden areas, and I think you really only need it when you want to hit another squid, like another player. That's like mostly the only time. Other than that, you're covering a whole bunch of ground, so not much motion control is needed.
You need it when you want to hit a squid or a kid or a squid or a kid. I'm a squid.
You don't really need motion controls with the paint roller. It's my go-to. That's my go-to. I'm like, I can cover ground. I'm good at sneaking around. I'll just cover ground with this thing. And you can go vertical with it now too, so it gives out like a shotgun blast if someone gets close to you instead of just like rolling them over like in the first game. So
did they let you do the vertical in the test?
I didn't play that much. I only got to play about 4 matches before it was over, and I only unlocked it like the last match.
Oh,
so
okay.
I wasn't really trying.
Yeah, a lot of people was enjoying it. That's why I just wonder who won, Team Cake or Team Ice Cream.
Yeah, I do like the. I wish this was on every class, but I do like the when you have the dualies that you can do that side roll, like the evade. And it's like, why don't you just add this as a mechanic? This is awesome. I wish I could do this with the roller. But I mean, it's okay. It's really good. I can't wait till the game comes out. Friday?
Yeah.
And I want to try Salmon Run because, dude, Horde mode's awesome in games.
Oh, yeah.
All games. So
yeah, and that one looks really fun to do, like really fun to play.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys what I want the first piece of DLC to be for Splatoon 2?
No, what is it? A cover system.
No, better. I want a new character added for DLC. We need to add, and it's the perfect addition. There's no way this shit should not happen. We've got an entire game about fucking paint, and it's all about making people happy. Holy shit, we need Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. Can you just like if you use the amiibo, can you just get an afro and like a taped on beard and like a giant paintbrush?
Oh my god, I want a Bob Ross amiibo now.
Oh my goodness.
He's got a little tiny easel and everything on the amiibo.
The hair be made out of
Fucking
sponge.
awesome.
Wow.
Oh god, it'll be great. Speaking of Bob Ross, if you've never seen it, I swear to Christ, the Bob Ross episode of the Boondocks was one of the best episodes of that show ever. I believe it was called Riley Was Here.
Didn't they wasn't that episode paying tribute to him in a way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a character that was Bob Ross without literally calling him Bob Ross.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the guy's license plates, I think, said Happy Trees or something.
Oh, wow. Well, Larry, what have you been playing? Then I'll get into what I've been playing.
Disappointingly, like I said, just due to real life, and again, I went outside, achievement unlocked. At the ass end of Cave Story, I am working through hell, and I am getting really pissed off at it.
Because that's the way to get the true ending, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to get through hell. You got to catch all the little bits and pieces along the way, too. You have to actually know what the fuck you're doing in order to pull it off to even have it accessible in the first place. But in any case, I've been playing little bits of ARMS here and there. I got to dink around with the new Max Brass stuff. I like him. I don't think he's overpowered. He might be a little bit OP, but I want to get back to Puyo Puyo Tetris as well, because I heard there was some updates coming for that too that are supposed to fix some of the imbalance between Tetris and Puyo. On top of that, what else? Related thing. Nicholas posted on Twitter that there is an update coming for Cave Story on the Switch where you'll actually be able to change the graphics options to at least one other graphics version from previous iterations of the game, which is awesome. because they already did that with the soundtrack on Cave Story Plus,
Uh-huh.
which is fantastic. And to be able to switch between the different graphics will be fucking cool as shit.
Is that the? Because the is the graphics on there like the Wii version?
No,
Like
they're a little bit different. Like it's still got the
'Cause I know
retro look.
Because I know the 3DS one had a different look to it.
All like polygonal, yeah.
Yeah.
No, this was still full on sprite based, but they added in some like touches. They smoothed out like some of the water effects. There's some like semi subtle lighting effects that they put in there that actually make it really nice as well. Like there's some inherent background lighting that radiates off of quote as you move around, which is really nice in some of the darker stages. It's more evident there as well, but it's little touches here and there that smooth it out without losing the 8-bit charm.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Nice.
That's cool.
So that game just becomes even more worth the $30.
Yeah, someone when I saw the Switch today, which I gotta tell, shoot, goodness, that's a story I have to tell you guys later. Someone brought Cave Story when they brought their Switch today.
Good. They made a great choice.
Yeah. Was that all that you played, Larry?
A little bit of ARMS, a little bit of Cave Story, a little bit of Mario Kart at the family reunion today. Wasn't a big fan of the family reunion, but I played some I played some Mario Kart. I'm thinking this week I'm going to try and set aside some time to finally play around with the Zelda DLC too. I need to make a point of fucking around with that.
It's good. It's good. The Trials or the Trials of the Sword is really difficult, and I don't like. I like it, but I don't know if it plays to the game in terms of like the combat is still like the combat is good in Zelda, but I don't know. I would put it in like top tier combat. Mm-hmm. I think Zelda's strengths are the puzzles and the exploration. And so putting you in a scenario where like you have to use the combat is a bit frustrating at times, but I mean it's fun. It's a good piece of what's to come, I'd say. But it's still challenging, and I mean it's worth it especially with that DLC coming. I think it's worth it. So the holiday DLC at least. So right, and all the costumes are fun. Running through as Tingle is really stupid and fun.
I was talking with a friend of mine earlier today, and he was saying that he's been playing it with running around with Majora's Mask and watching all the different shit that the enemies do when you interact with them when you're wearing Majora's Mask versus just running around trying to kill them.
Yeah.
So for our video people, we can do this now. He was telling me about the like walking up to the bokoblins, while wearing the mask, and instead of going nuts, they start kind of looking at you funny, like. And then when they start to go, no, he's okay, they'll start like dancing with you and shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that's fucking cool.
Don't let it fool you though. You can't walk up to a Lionel and be like, hello.
Yeah, you need a Lionel mask for that.
Yeah. They'll still wreck you. Because I was going for the Phantom's armor from Phantom Hourglass, and it's in the Coliseum, and I was roaming the Coliseum, and I was like, I'll put on Majora's Mask so nobody hurts me. And I fly in from the cliff from like the southwest, I guess it would be. And I fly in. None of the enemies on the top couple floors get me, and like the Lionel's just roaming around with a question mark above his head. I was like, oh, well, he hears me, but he's probably not going to attack me. So I jump down on the ground floor, running around looking for that stuff. All of a sudden, I hear the music of him, like, right when he charges at you, and I was like, is he charging me? And all of a sudden, he takes one giant swipe, and I'm dead. Because I didn't have any of my stuff leveled up, so I was like, cool.
You got riggedy wrecked.
Right.
Yeah, I did.
It's weird. I haven't read nobody speed running the game on hard yet.
I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah.
Well, What I've been playing, I finished Stories, The Path of Destinies. You guys can read that review on NGR Radio. I actually got in touch. I actually tweeted out to Spearhead Games. And, be like, oh, this game really needs to be on Switch if you guys ever get the chance. And they replied back saying that they were thinking about it, but it's not one of their priorities. They were like, we would really love to get this game on the Switch. But, like a lot of their business stuff, they're still trying to handle, try to get it known and stuff. And it's really a good game to be on Switch. Like, literally a good game to be on Switch. So I finished that game. I played Submerge. That's on PS4. Kind of a cool game. There's no combat. You don't fight no enemies. And you kind of find out what the story is by finding different clues and just traversing the city that you're in. And so what Submerge is...
Oh! Holy shit, I remembered. I actually got to play another thing this week. Keep going. I'll tell you later.
Okay. With Submerged, it's a city that's underwater, and a kid brother and a kid sister, they come in on a boat, and you really don't know what happened. So every time you find a particular piece, they start revealing how the story unveils. So not too much of a long game. You think you could probably beat it under 2 or 3 hours, depending on if you're trying to find everything. But it's a really cool game. I'm going to finish it up, and I'll have a review for that also. I played Mass Effect Andromeda. Getting a little bit further in the game, but this game really has major issues. Like, this game really needs a patch. And I know, Corey,
I told you what those issues were. It's work, not fun.
Corey, I know you gave up right now.
Yeah, I'm just like, that game, I want to like that game a lot. And like, initially I did like that game. I was really into like, okay, Ryder's a new character. We're getting away from the Shepard stuff. It's not attached to any of that stuff. This is a kind of a fresh start. I really want to give this game a chance. I believe in BioWare, and I believe that, BioWare was kind of screwed over by EA, for lack of better terms, by a financial thing, and Frostbite and everything. And I was enjoying it up until I got to that first planet. Start roaming this first planet and looking for missions and stuff, and I'm like, man, this just feels like a chore. Some of the stuff is really glitchy. The movement feels off. It's just all I don't know. I really wanted to like that game, man. I was about 10 hours in, and I was like, I can't do it.
It's glitchy, but it also freezes a lot. And I'm playing the digital. I'm playing straight digital. And it froze on while the game was loading. I'm like, how the heck do you freeze on the loading screen? Like, the whole bar was done. Some of the button presses that I press, cause you sometimes when you talk to people, you gotta hold Y. Don't know why you need to do that, but.
Why you gotta hold Y?
Cause it says so.
Why, Eddie?
I don't know why.
Hold it.
You have to ask EA that.
Hold them down. Why?
This game is just got some major issues, and I know the single player DLC got canceled, but I was just like, goodness, this is the act of EA. Like, this is the hands of EA rushing BioWare, and this is what happens when they get rushed. And also been working on.
Sure that's not just BioWare sucking?
No, I think it's EA. I really think it's EA, and
I'm going to need you to prove it. Link your source.
Because look, I'll tell you my source. My source is the PlayStation 4 Pro reveal, because that's the only time you got to see in the game.
He's not wrong.
They did two reveals. When they talked about all the stuff they was doing for Star Wars, and I think this is 2016's E3 at EA. They announced
and then all they did was show that Vidoc of them working on assets.
Yeah.
They didn't even show the game. They just showed the assets and animators working on it. And like, oh, we're really excited to put out a new Mass Effect game.
Right. And then PlayStation
I got that down, right? That's how it sounded.
And then the PlayStation Pro reveal, and then just threw it out. Just like, here you go. I mean, that's a shame that even The Last Guardian got more reveals than Mass Effect Andromeda. And that's problematic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think as soon as EA signed on to have the Star Wars license, they're like, look, you have this amount of time, and now we have Star Wars, which is arguably the biggest license you can get in video games, right? And like, look, it's bigger than Mass Effect. Sorry, you have this amount of time to put it out. This isn't even a real Mass Effect. The time that we would give BioWare proper to make like a Mass Effect 4 or anything, like this is time you get, and if you don't finish it, too bad. We're putting it out, and we're putting the blame on you.
But now
actually, I would argue that the biggest license that you can get in video games is Barbie. I think there might be more Barbie games than Star Wars games.
You know what, Larry? You know what I mean. I'm gonna.
Actually,
that depends if we're counting PC.
No.
And handheld.
Actually, and a legitimate thought on that, though, I would argue that the biggest license that you can get on that is the Mickey Mouse universe.
No, Mickey Mouse is not. No, Mickey Mouse will not sell
games.
No, I would think so. There's been a ton of shit inside of the Mickey Mouse, Disney universe. You get everything from Mickey Mouse, which there have been some actually really good Mickey Mouse games.
All the good Mickey Mouse games
Quest on Super Nintendo. Yes.
And then it's the one for Sega Genesis, the Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion. That one was good.
I'm going to extend the Mickey Mouse
really
universe.
Good.
Yes, agreed. Holy shit. What the fuck is that dude up to these days?
Which one?
Spectre, he's got an indie studio now.
He's on Unfiltered.
He was on IGN Unfiltered this week. Last week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and find that shit.
Because he talks about Epic Mickey and everything.
Highlight of his career, he says.
Good man. But no, I would venture to extend that concept though to not only like just the Mickey, but also like all the other like Disney movie stuff, like Lion King, Chip and Dale, DuckTales, all that shit. I wrap that up inside of the Mickey license universe.
I mean, well, and that's why I think me and Corey said like the 16-bit, like Goof Troop was good on 16-bit, Aladdin was good on Super Nintendo. Capcom,
Lion King, Rescue Rangers,
right?
DuckTales.
Capcom had it locked on, like they had licensed games on lock for the NES. Not too much. Not too much.
Capcom
I could say.
Fucking killed it with that shit too.
Right.
But shout out to the Disney Afternoon Collection for that.
Yeah, which is weird that it came out and then nobody talked about it. Like I don't even know how well that thing sold.
Did that didn't hit all three platforms, did it?
No,
that was just.
It was PlayStation 4. I think Xbox One got it in PC, but not Switch. I know.
Damn it! I would play the fuck out of that on my Switch too.
And see, that's what everybody wanted. Like everybody wanted that thing on a Switch because it just only makes sense.
This is funny as hell because a year ago nobody was going, God, why isn't this coming out on the Wii U? Now we turn around, it's like everything that comes out. Why the fuck didn't you put this on the Switch?
Hey, because companies don't want to make money.
No, I think there's some legitimate reasons for some things to not come to the Switch. I do, but
it's this. If you think that you're going to do big on PlayStation 4 when people are crying out for Switch, when it does come out for PlayStation 4, barely no one talks about it. No one talks about the sales of a game coming out there. If that game would have came on Switch, on Twitter and on Facebook and other social medias, everybody would have been talking about how they're playing that game on Switch. And that's good.
We're talking about Horizon, though.
Horizon?
Yeah. That one got more than its fair share of attention. That was PS4 exclusive.
Yeah, because
Crash Bandicoot came out and outsold it by like.
Which is weird. Well, this is funny with Crash Bandicoot. It did it. I don't think it sold well here. It sold well in Australia and in Europe.
Yeah, in Europe it sold extremely.
Activate form of nostalgia.
Yeah, like.
But But yeah, no, I did play one other thing this week finally.
Oh well, can I just say I played a little bit more Breath of the Wild and a little bit more Dragon Quest, and then I forgot to I didn't get a chance to start it up, but Star Fox Zero I'll be playing soon. I gotta be playing something like that.
Eddie played a little more Zelda, a little more Dragon Quest, a little bit of Monica on my side, a little bit of Susan.
I used to work with a Monica.
Is this Edward number 5?
Yes.
Wow.
Congratulations, we found a show title, Edward number 5.
Yes.
Corey, you nailed the pre-roll and the show title. Good man.
I know. Gosh. Just sprinkle a little glitter on that podcast dick.
Wow. Wow.
That's how we make it look all nice and pretty.
Well, Larry, what did you play?
Lighting's important. I finally got around and I picked up a copy of The Evil Within, and I started playing that this week too.
I need to play that.
I was actually starting to get pissed off at the opening, but once I got through the opening, I started getting much happier.
Is the Xbox One version?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I played it on the PlayStation 4 that I don't have.
No, because it came out for 360. That's why.
Yes. No, I picked up the Xbox One version. Why the fuck would I get it on 360 if I've got a Xbox? But anyways,
just to make sure.
The opening though was I liked the opening premise when they were laying out the story, but some of the mechanics in the opening were more than a little irksome. In particular, escaping and hiding from the chainsaw monster person. It wasn't giving you any clue on what the fuck to do, except for, you can sneak by pressing this button, and I would press that button and I would sneak up behind him. And then if you follow him, because he'll walk around the table, the slab from where he was fucking, chopping somebody up, and just as he walks behind these thing of rags, you get a cue to do what you can only assume, given the lack of any information, is like a stealth kill thing, and you do it, except then he turns around and he fucking kills you, and you're stuck on this thing going, what the fuck am I supposed to do? How do you off the dude? Except what they don't tell you is you're not supposed to off the dude. You're just supposed to sneak up and steal the keys on the fucking ring hanging next to him, or on the meat hook hanging next to him, and then fucking run away. It's like, really? Why the fuck did you even make this an option then? This should not be a thing. That was like the worst bullshit red herring thing ever.
So they give you 2 button presses, like 2 options, or?
No, like you walk up,
and
then you grab the keys, and then he starts walking around and away from the meat slab, and if you follow him, as he walks out of the room, there's like this fucking burlap fabric hanging off of a string in the doorway, and when he crosses through it and you're still behind the burlap on the other side of the burlap from him, you get an option to hit A, and the only thing it kind of like implies that here is this is your chance to stealth kill him.
Yeah.
And then you jump up and you fucking stab him, and then he turns around and he fucking lops your head off. Like, yeah, that's not how fucking one-hit stealth kill shit works. You're supposed to kill him, but then you can't kill him. And you keep doing this over and over again, trying to figure out what the fuck the problem is, or how the hell you're supposed to kill him. But they don't say don't kill him. Instead, it should have just said escape and just let you go. I would have been much happier with that. That would have been at least some semblance of fucking direction. But no, we couldn't do that. And then from there, once you start running out of the room, then he chases you, and instead of it being anything reasonably kind of dynamic, it's all just like watching his fucking patterns, trying to figure out how to, dodge being seen by him. It was kind of like playing the hedge maze scene from Hyrule Castle and Ocarina of Time.
Oh wow!
Except you're hiding in shit like in lockers and under beds and crap,
Uh-huh.
and they let you move your camera around. But when you're under the bed, you literally can only move your camera to look from like one end of the bed to the other. You can't actually look other sides of the bed. I'm like, seriously, you can't turn your head to fucking look to see where the hell he's at. So at that point, you're just guessing, hoping by audio that you fucking got it right, that you can get out of the bed and limp out of the room without being seen, and then lopped to fucking death again. God damn. Once you get out of that though, and the actual game starts, it's fucking cool. Like it's wonderfully trippy. Like you're never quite sure what's actually real and which part you're just fucking hallucinating. And
this is after you leave the hospital, I think.
Well, that's the thing. Like at the end of the intro scene, you escape the hospital and like the ground starts collapsing and part of the city starts like fucking spinning around and shit. It's all kinds of fucking bizarre and cool as hell, like, full on disaster movie. But after that you go flying and you get into a wreck in the ambulance, and then you wake up in like a padded room basically, and this creeper nurse in black and white comes and lets you out and kind of starts talking to you in the whole, no, you're here because you're safe and we need to help you voice. And she's all like pretty much monotone about it in that, delightfully creepy way. And he's, your character's like asking questions, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. You've got no fucking clue. And, you find out that in this weird little hospital world delusion thing, that's where you can, level up your fucking, inventory and weapon skills and all the other fun shit. And then you're actually playing the game outside of the hospital, and you kind of re-enter the hospital by means of looking in this fucking weird mirror that pops up all over the place where it shouldn't be, like in sheds and outhouses and caves and crap. And it's really neat. But like I said, I like the concept, and they've delivered it in such a way thus far that you're never actually quite sure which one is the reality for this character and which one is just his fucking delusion. So, like, if the hospital's the delusion, then how does it let you, level up your skills and abilities? But if, the game world is the delusion, then how the fuck is everything happening? And, it's wonderful. I'm enjoying it thoroughly now that I've gotten past the mess of the opening section.
Okay. And I've seen some people do a playthrough of it, but like I haven't seen the ending or anything. So that's why I was just wondering, like, was that part that you was going through, was that like still in the hospital, or because it sounds like it's still in the beginning of the game that you went through it.
Yeah, anyway. I mean, like I said, you open the game by going to the hospital and everything's all fucked up, and there's a creepy, teleporting murder wandering around the hospital, and it's cool as shit, and I dig it. I'm looking forward to playing some more of that too this week before Splatoon 2 officially shows up in my mailbox from Amazon. And y'all fuckers better be on time, because I hear nothing but bitching and moaning lately about Amazon being off its game. However, I will say props to Amazon last time I got an order from them, because the last one I ordered was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That shit actually showed up a day early.
Nice.
Also want to mention that I did pick up Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age. So,
I did find a couple of other goodies when I picked up Evil Within 2. I also found a copy of Piano 3 for my GameCube, part of the original Capcom 5. Yep, yeah. That only ended up being the Capcom 4.
Right, because the fifth game ended up getting canceled.
Yep. Picked up Evil Within, Piano 3. There was something else. What the fuck else did I pick up? Now I got to look at my shelf to figure it out. God damn it. Oh, that's what it was. I picked up Italian Wars 2 for my Wii.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I liked it. I found it for $5 at Reaction Games, which, by the way, Reaction Games is like the best fucking local mom and pop shop in the area, and I love those guys. They're awesome. So, if you're in my area and you're looking for used games, free pimp, go check out Reaction Games.
Nice.
We don't have mom and pop shops. We have GameStop. Good luck with that.
There's a couple mom and pop stores around here, but like, I don't know. They're like, they go on eBay and see what these games sell for, and then they try to sell them in their store at that price. And it's like, come on, why? Like, why do you even do? I don't know. It's
well, I know for some of them, because some people they go to like my job, they'll come and buy a whole collection of cheap games and resell them at a higher price, and it's just like. Mm-hmm. Don't nobody want to play Bear Hunt 15. Don't nobody. If it ain't sell in our store, what makes you think you're gonna make some profit off at your store?
My cousin does that. Like he goes and finds like games on clearance and stuff, and turns around and sells them for like double. He made a lot of money doing that.
See, and that I don't have an issue with. It's the scalper assholes that, buy up all of everything that's already going to be in limited quantity and then start. But as much as it pisses me off, I can't complain because I'm sorry. That shit's the nature of free market. That's it. They put in the effort to fucking grab up all the copies.
America.
They were there fucking refreshing. They were on it. Sorry, guys.
It's really... Well, yeah, it is free market, but I think for some sites, if they know it's a hot game or it's a game that came out, I think they should be banned for at least 2 weeks to actually resell a game online or resell.
Well, we saw eBay do that though, right? Is like people were already listing pre-orders for the Super Nintendo like $250, and they were like they kicked them off, I don't know, some kind of weird pre-order thing where they're like, yeah, we're implementing this new rule where you can't sell pre-orders unless you have it or something. Like,
yeah. On a side note, fuck you, scalpers. I got my Legacy Edition of Samus Returns on lock this week, too. Haha. You know why? Because I got the best fucking wife ever. She happened to catch it go up on Game, and Game was shipping to the U.S. I was like, yes!
How much?
With shipping... a little less than 90.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
So,
how much was the limited edition? Was it 60?
No, I think it was like 60 euros, so it shakes out to, what is that, 1.2, 1.5, whatever the hell the conversion is. I don't remember right now. But
fake
yeah.
European money.
Mm-hmm. But in any case, no, I got my copy on lock. Thank you. Super awesome wife. She totally fucking kicked ass on that one. I was otherwise occupied, and she saw the listing go up and fucking got on it.
Nice. Yeah, because I have to ask one of my friends about
that. She
knew
it was important to me.
I kind of want to see how the pre-sales for Metroid in Europe do.
Apparently they've been banging because I've been watching on the Metroid Metropolis group on Facebook, which shout out to those guys too. There's especially a few very dedicated individuals that whenever the Legacy Edition pre-orders have been going up anywhere, they're posting links in like, guys, it's up here now, go. And I'm seeing comments less than an hour later on every one of them fucking sold out.
Wow.
Literally, like within an hour, every place that has posted it for pre-order has sold out of it for Legacy Edition.
And this is weird because everybody keeps saying that Europe is known to be like Sony land. So this is kind of good news, in my opinion.
It's good news on all fronts. It's good news in that, especially that, we're looking at the fact that Metroid will fucking sell.
It has to. And I don't think it's up to Nintendo to do all the marketing, because Nintendo's going to do the marketing as much. But when us as gamers are
Nintendo
you guys
needs to fucking market it. But to be fair, we've been screaming for the last decade.
But the thing about it is that even when you ask for a Metroid game out and it comes out regardless if you gonna like it or not, you have to. If it feels like it's a series that if you want to see more of it, you literally have to go out and support because Metroid
but
doesn't.
The problem is you're putting out bad games.
Well, mediocre games, I should say, and for some people, everybody wants Metroid to follow the Super Metroid formula, and it can't. You know,
well, it can.
I mean, what it really can't.
What do you think we're getting with Samus Returns? We're getting exactly that. We are getting 2D side-scroll traditional Metroid.
Well, yeah, but you can't expect that every Metroid game that comes out is in the style of Super Metroid or it's in the style of Metroid Prime. You have to do,
and that's why we're getting both. Yeah, motherfuckers.
I'm like, but the series...
I would like to see a Metroid game like a really, really good polished Other M style, like that 3D action adventure game with cool combat and just like this big explorable environment with, you know, a better story.
That's what you're getting with Samus Returns. You know,
yeah,
you're getting that more like action, fast-paced oriented type thing. Right. You're getting a little more of that melee-ish stylized, you know, but you're getting it mixed with that 2D side
still 2D. It's still the 2D thing that, you know, and Metroid and Super Metroid
and it's still that 101 instead of having a variety of combos or, you know, a more of a challenge with Other M. Compared to Samus Return having just that 101. Like, you still get that fast-paced action, but you only could do it like left or right, and that's it. You like really can't move around.
You know what? I'm just happy we're getting Metroid games, so I really don't care what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So I
care that it's not Fed Force 2.
I want Federation Force 2.
Shut the hell up.
You want it on Switch.
I love Federation Force.
You just want it on Switch.
Yeah, but I want it to be more fleshed out, more polished, and more like Destiny.
What?
Corey says, "I love Federation Force if it were good."
It was on the wrong platform, and I just don't think they had. There's a lot of good ideas in it. I feel like a second iteration that's more fleshed out and more suited for a con.
The thing is,
be good.
Is if they wait until after Prime 4, that's the right time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's the right time to do it.
Like a year later.
They have to do it. They have to do it 3 years later after Prime.
No, it'll be a year later.
No, it'll be 3 years later because they're not going to They're not going to hit you with 3 Metroid games that quick.
Why? They did it to Mario and Zelda.
How?
We got like 3 new Super Mario Brothers games in 1 year.
Which one?
And then we got 3D. And then we got 3D World the next year, and then we got 3D Land, or I guess it would be the reverse. I guess.
Are you talking about from DS or
3DS and
it's series wide?
Yeah, I'm talking about 3DS and Wii U. Like we got new Super Mario Brothers 2.
But it wasn't.
Then we got new Super Mario Brothers Wii U, and then we got Super Mario 3D Land, and then we got Super Mario 3D World.
But that wasn't year after year, though.
Yeah, it was. That was all within like 3 years.
Not back to back. What it wasn't.
I think didn't New Super Mario Brothers 2 and New Super Mario Brothers Wii U come out in the same year?
No.
Like 6 months apart?
No, because Wii U was.
I think they did because I think that's what people were complaining about.
No, because
we got him so close.
No, because I don't think Wii U was. I don't think Wii U was out by then.
Yeah, but the Wii U came out right after. Let's see, July 28th, 2012 for New Super Mario Brothers 2,
which was 3DS.
Hold on, I'm looking at the other one. And then November 18th, 2012 for Super Mario Brothers. A new Super Mario Brothers U.
That's when the Wii came out. With the Wii U came out.
Yeah.
And then,
so they came out within 6 months of each other.
Because Land didn't come out till. Was Land next year or 2014?
November 3rd, 2011. So we got those 3 games in 1 year, like within a year.
Oh, so Land was before
3D Land was 6 months before New Super Mario Brothers 2, which was 6 months before Super Mario Brothers U. Gosh, too many of these freaking games.
Okay.
Speaking of, I liked Corey's Freudian slip. That's a hint that we want Super Mother 3.
Nah.
No.
I'll pass.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I'm sorry. I tried like 10 times to play that game, and I just couldn't do it.
Only Earthbound fans want Mother 3. And once it comes to retro console in Japan, people are just going to import it that way. They're just going to buy the digital version. It's an easy setup. Amazon Japan.
I mean, it's one of those games that, like, you know, I hope fans of that series get someday, but it's just not my thing. I tried.
We'll see
I did try. I tried. I promise I tried.
We'll see how it tracks.
You know what? I give you props for at least taking a fucking crack at it.
I try everything. I want to make sure, like, if I don't like something, I want to play it first before I say I hate this game. You know?
The words of Randall Graves, hey, am I going to get a crack at that crack or what?
It was just a little bit too difficult for me.
Yeah, it was kind of confusing for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't... Like... There was a game that came out that was very similar, and it was about the time that I tried it, called Citizens of Earth, which was like this little indie game It came out on PS4 first, and I think it made its way to Wii U eventually. But it was a similar thing to Earthbound, where like your party follows behind you, and you go up and interact with all these townsfolk, and you get quests and stuff. And like I was like, this game's weird, but I feel like I should play Earthbound before I play this to try to get a better understanding. And then I played Earthbound for like an hour and a half. I was like, wow, people like this game.
And I know why people like it for, like, it's a funny game. Like, for its wackiness, it's kind of different. But I think during that time when Earthbound came out, Square was just too powerful with Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger, and Final Fantasy 3. Like, they had the trifecta of RPGs, and if you didn't have those three, you had to have ActRaiser.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, you know, Nintendo went out and was like, oh, well, we can't do this, so we're going to hire the best to do it. And then we got Mario RPG, which is a fantastic game.
And then that changed it to Paper Mario, and then that changed it to Mario and Luigi. Yeah.
Mario and Luigi's fun, though. Like, I like that game a lot. Well, that series of games, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Holy shit, guys! This has been like the best games of the week that we've had in fucking months. Like, you think of it, we've kind of let this this section go for a while between being busy as shit. Which, by the way, Eddie, told you last week that we had not had the week prior a fucking regular show, and you said yes we did, and fucking no we didn't. We had Stephen Milton on.
Ooh.
That was the week before Milton.
No.
Yes, it was. We had a regular show because our a particular guest didn't come out, and we ended up doing the show. And then that following week,
no, that was scheduled before that.
No, remember we were supposed to have Armor Krog, and then we were supposed to have the speed run. But those two guests didn't show up, so we had two regular shows. And when the Metroid and when the Metroid episode happened, that's when you decided to have Stephen Martin on, because that show wasn't planned for them to be on. Just out the blue, you ended up inviting them, and so we ended up having that discussion.
Yeah, but again, like I said, I told you the week before we did not have a fucking regular show, and you're like, "Yeah, we did."
Yes, we did. We had to have a regular show because we had.
I'm looking at it right here. I am looking at the fucking listing on Shout, because we had last week was Take Cover. The week before that was Brave New World,
which should have been with Stephen Martin. Because we did that show.
That was Stephen Milton, yeah.
Right, and then the show before that, we had a regular show because we didn't have.
Yeah, but we got together last week. You told me that the week before we didn't have a regular show.
I did say we had a regular show.
This is only my second episode. I can't keep track of this.
Because remember we had
Corey just turned into Tally. I have no idea what the hell is going on.
we had a regular show. We did E3, and then we did for that Sunday we did that E3 we did the E3 thing.
We
and
did have a couple of regular shows in between, but
right.
If only we had a device in our hands to tell us what the episodes were.
I do. I'm staring at it.
Right, because we had a.
Anyway,
I'm like, we had.
Sorry, I just wanted to abscond you for that.
I'm about to just slap you when I get there.
I'll watch.
I normally just slap him.
Corey's a voyeur right there.
I normally slap him and then I rub his belly because his belly is a teddy bear.
So
that's how my wife woke me up from my nap today.
Yeah,
nice.
Holy shit, guys, we've been running for a fucking hot minute. I've sadly got some other things that I need to tend to this evening, so I'm going to say
you don't.
I actually do.
Gotta keep that beard lean and mean.
That's right.
He's got to do.
Did you get your haircut?
No, I'm getting that done tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, so we're gonna fucking wrap. Corey, pimp your shit.
Okay, you can find me on Twitter at Corey Hudson in HD. You can follow me on Instagram at Corey in HD. You can find me on NGR Radio. You can find me and Ed on Nintendo Pow Block. And Arsenal X and Larry will be there at some point soon. Hopefully, get your beard waxed and let's go. You can find it on our YouTube page at NGR Radio and NGRradio.com. And I'm here too.
Ta-da.
Yeah, did it, nailed it.
Eddie, pimp your shit.
You guys
Leave
can
our shit for me.
You can find me on Twitter.
Otherwise, I have nothing to pimp, you asshole.
Can I pimp my
How
stuff,
about that
please?
sweet Metroid standee back there?
Oh, I'll show you all of them. It's not just one. There's 3 of them. We've got Hunters back there, and Echoes is back behind one of my sweet Metroid chairs, and Corruption's over there, but it needs a little bit of love. I got to fix it up.
Where's Metroid Prime 1?
I've not been able to acquire one as of yet. But considering I've got 3 out of the 4 Prime standees.
3 out of the 5 now. You're going to have to find the 4th one. The 4th one.
I will. Oh, I've got my other M1 in the corner, too. The other M1 was actually really cool. It was like a nice full corner piece.
Nice.
Now,
Sorry, Ed, we interrupted you.
May I plug, please?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
May I plug, please?
I'm done.
Thank you. You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode. You can hear my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and the Anomalous Radio Network.podbean.com. Check out those episodes. You can read my blogs on NGR Radio. Like I said, stories, the path of destinies. You can read that review and other blogs there. You can read Optional Opinion features on IGN.com under Anime, ENIME, and also read my retro blogs, The Moment, at SkirmishFrogs.com. Also, August 8th, I am going to be doing a review of Bad Game Day. So I do have the plan of what game I'm going to review. So I'll post a link in NGR Radio for you guys to check it out.
You want to just replay the order for that?
No, someone else did the order. 1886. I've got my game in mind, what I'm going to do. Corey's probably already know, but I got my gang to...
It's probably Destiny is what it's probably going to
be. You don't know that. Hush it.
No,
I'm
Eddie's
just
going to
saying.
be playing Superman 64.
Oh, someone already did that 3 years ago, too.
Oh, man.
You know, I actually
Corey's going to go play Night Trap.
I actually watched that Arsenal X... I actually watched that Arsenal X episode again.
Yeah.
That was a good discussion.
It was an interesting discussion.
Very interesting. So August 8th, you guys will be able to check that out and look forward to some of our reviews, and also I'm getting ready for the Video Games Volume 3 in September. So I will have guests for there. Also, I will have Chris Kiku on Optional Opinion talking about martial arts films. So that's coming up. That's going to be a really good episode.
That's going to be an awesome episode. I love Kiku.
Yes. Oh, and also check out his trailer for Savi. I have it on my Facebook page. So you guys friend me on Edward Varnell, so you guys will be able to check out that trailer.
Yeah, I'm going to post it in the Facebook group too.
Yes,
just because the trailer's awesome.
And I need to get on him about his tattoo because I'm just like, dude, are you crazy? I love his new tattoo. So yeah.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, Larry, Duke just like put it out there. He was just like, if you want a tattoo, it's a $50 deposit. I was just like, yep.
I can't blame him. I told him like a year and a half ago he needs to start fucking doing that shit. Mm-hmm. He was getting so many people that were fucking canceling appointments and shit. Like, homeboy's gotta pay rent and fucking put food on the table.
And I was wondering what the world happened. Like, why would you guys like? Duke is one of the best talented tattoo artists. Some of his work that I've seen, and I was just like, why would you just outright cancel it?
He's been doing some really nice underbust designs lately too.
Yes, I've seen some of his drawings too. He got, dude, I need to, when I see him next time, I'm like, you need to make an illustration book, like literally.
He's got a really nice line of prints too that he did for the more risque folk. He did we'll call it a loosely inspired 50 Shades-esque line of prints that was really cool. Remind me later, I will send you pictures. It's fucking nice. Like, he did a really nice job with them. But yeah, anyways, just to wrap this shit up, you can find me and World 1-1 podcast broadcasting every week live from our Joy-Con grip spaceship thingy, because it's still fucking awesome and it still looks like a spaceship. Shut the hell up. It makes me happy. In any case, you can find us at our home all day long at shoutengine.com. Now find us under YouTube's at NGR Radio on YouTube. Check us out there. Always streaming all of our past episodes and content, running on Twitch as well. Look for World 1-1 podcast, all spelled out, no spaces, all that fun crap. You can also follow us on the Twitters at World 1_1 podcast, and you can find us on iTunes and on Google Play Music. We appreciate the ratings and the reviews left on iTunes. That helps raise some visibility, so you can subject or other people that you don't like to our horrible bullshit.
Yes, and also rest in peace, George Romero. He passed away at the age of 77. He was the father of zombie movies, where he made Night of the Living Dead, which I couldn't believe he made that movie for $166,000. I'm like, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So, anyways, kids, that's it.
All right. And with that, everybody, we will see you next time on World 1-1 Podcast. Bye.
Peace.